communities, in addition to the stringent rules upheld by the custodians of culture.
There are various organizations, women organizations, youth organizations, age grade. These things are there, and there's no way that you will not know how your fellow community member is doing.
Umuada, we try to tell the people to inculcate in their children the values of and norms of the society.
On the contrary, the individualistic and Western lifestyle practiced in urban centers, they said, may be responsible for the gradual increase in cases of suicide in urban areas. Culture notwithstanding, there are still legal implications for attempting, abating, and inducing suicide.
If now you are inducing somebody to kill himself, you are going for life jail. According to section 326 of the criminal code, it's a life imprisonment. But if you yourself on your own, nobody induces you, you just want to kill yourself, we call it attempt. If you have attempted it, but you did not succeed, you are going for 1 year imprisonment without any option of fine.
The general call is for revival of family, social, and religious values. It is therefore the prayer of concerned citizens that this taboo, suicide, now trending, does not continue so it does not become a norm in our society. From Enugu, Susan Eze for Deadline Presents.
A trending taboo that must be brought to an end, by all means, Susan. Considering the issues surrounding letting stress take the better of one's life, yet some individuals throw caution to the wind, we asked Mie Ogidi to go into the world of one who almost made that attempt.
Hundreds of people on a daily basis encounter one form of stress or frustration. And in moments like that, they don't want to share with their friends and loved ones who may probably be of help to them. Instead, they take the path of committing suicide with the hope that that will bring an end to that frustration or stress. Mrs. Julie Onowiona is just one out of the millions of people in the world that have been forced by situations to commit suicide. My encounter with her was quite emotion-laden and full of lessons.
My husband didn't have enough to cater for himself, not to talk of me. So it was a lot of problems. And not only that, we were married for almost 7 years then. There was no pregnancy forthcoming. I didn't have a job. So the frustration became so much. So, and you know, stress from his parents, my parents, there was nobody to confide in. Made me to think of committing suicide. But then I discovered that at the point of taking that decision, I heard a voice. And the voice said, "Do you know I have solutions to your problems?" And I became calm and tried to listen to the voice, what the voice is saying. And the voice told me, "You have problems, this problem in marriage. Do you know you have a role to play for this stress to be removed?" And I was like, "Which role?" Once I'm married, I expect my husband to do everything for me. Because one of the reasons why I married early was because I wanted, I thought marriage could solve all my problems of loneliness, not having parental care. So I just wanted to leave home and get married. But unfortunately, after getting married, I discovered that it was a wrong calculation. But when I heard that voice, and he told me, "You have a role to play." And at that point, I realized that I failed in my own part. We need to understand our own role as the wife or as the husband, we both have different roles to play. And if everybody decides to do it right, there won't be stress, there won't be the thought of quitting marriage, there won't be divorce, there won't be separation.
It was really a breathtaking moment with Pastor Julie, and so much lessons to learn from her after that attempt to take her life. She has written so far 13 books. She is now a role model to women in the society. Mie Ogidi.
A strong support system, Mie, that's the spirit, and it isn't that line that Abdullahi Garba Brini Kudu in the next report focuses on the impact of support.
So many people are there in position to advise. So many people are there in position to solve so many other people's problems. Therefore, one should not keep a problem to himself and then suffering in silence. No, make it known to a friend, to a relation, to someone who is learned, to your imam, to your teacher, and so on and so forth. You will see solution coming by the grace of Allah. And even in Islam, for even one to wish, not even to take his sword, for even one to wish that let him die, is forbidden in Islam.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Number two, when challenging times come, you must surround yourself with people that can encourage you. Go to people who have gone through challenges before.
Like the two clerics explained, being universal in their approach, the two religions provided the needed guide in which one will follow when he is depressed or challenged in life situation. In fact, the two religions demand a situation in which one will resort to committing suicide because of life situation challenges.
For psychologists and community leaders, social interactions in different forms top measures of addressing loneliness and frustrations that could come with some challenges in life.
We need to go back, the whole hog of recovering our social support system. You understand? Extended family system. It helped us a lot, to take care of certain conditions, because the whole thing is about stress. Stress is the wear and tear of life, and we are all under it. We need to put value, the highest premium possible to the life that we have. It does not matter the condition. And truly, truly, it's not just a psychological statement. Truly, truly, life itself is about ups and downs, So nobody stays up there forever, and nobody stays down there in the valley forever.
We have to go back to these core values that have actually made our life in the past easy, comfortable, and supportive. Now, when we say we need to change because no Nigerian worthy of his salt is happy with the state of our being as a people and as a nation today.
Well, however, from the lips of these three, it shows that this is a living thing. However, it is terrible to know that some people with this suicidal mission choose to use a tree like this one to end it all. The branches of this tree is an evidence that humans come in different forms, like our fingers. Reporting for Deadline 360, Abdullahi Garba Brini Kudu.
Very apt, Abdullahi, a confirmation that if life gives you lemons, lemonades should be made out of it. Easier said, one may say. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. As this advice by psychologists on managing stress continues to resonate, the consensus is that most likely, the no fewer than 1 million people who die annually from suicide across the globe will be drastically brought down. On a general note, commentators are of the view that addressing responsibilities of job creation by government, sensitization and revival of social welfare and rehabilitation centers will go a long way. Share your thoughts with us on Deadline 360 at nta.ng or at NTA News Now. Our final word on stress management is to remember that the key to winning is poise under stress. Thanks for being part of this edition, and bye for now.
NTA. You can't beat the rich.
Zuma Film Festival 2018 Abuja. Theme: Archiving for Creativity. Date: December 1st to 7th, 2018. Featuring film screenings, masterclasses, special tributes, NFC Annual Film Lecture, NFC Annual Essay Competition Awards, special national and state days, Lifetime Achievement Awards, and Zuma Film Festival 2018 Awards. Submission of entries for non-competition, competition and screening is ongoing and closes September 30th, 2018. All entries should be forwarded to the festival director, Zuma Film Festival Nigerian Film Corporation, headquarters in Jos, and or its zonal offices in Abia, Lagos, Kano, Asaba, Yola, and Abuja, or through the Film Freeway online platform www.filmfreeway.com. For further inquiries, call 0033146842, 08052728321, or 08063390420, or visit the website www.zumafilmfest.gov.ng. Zuma Film Festival 2018, December 1st to 7th, Abuja, Nigerian's foremost film festival.
MTN Awoof data. Buy 1 gig for 200 naira when you reactivate your old MTN SIM. Hey! Yes, so this na confirm Awoof data where they tear mouth. If you never use your MTN SIM for 30 days or more, just load them 100 naira make you get 2,000 naira instant. And then you go come use 200 naira buy 1 gig data. Hey! 1 gig data. You still the wait? Go carry that your MTN SIM make you begin enjoy now. Terms and conditions deal.
Nigeria we hail. Those who divide our people are getting better at their game. But our daily struggle to make ends meet unites us. We are united in being deceived by those we have trusted with our resources. Corruption no ethnic group or religion. Yet, now we did do ourselves pass. Lecturer the oppressed student them. Mechanic they dribble cow now. Bus driver they show passenger where. Tailor they make Omogi cry on Saturdays. Is that bank manager no go support our common man business? Local government people are terrifying local government people. Campaign people will come and go. Grammar people will remain. So now, many people have become Uncle Thomases, unwilling to desire, believe, or work for a better nation. What will be left for the children of this precious nation if we all continue to carry this Uncle Thomas mindset? We must continue to push and believe, and small, our jungle will mature, and our prayers will be answered. This education, you go get them. That house, now you go build them. That girl, you go marry them. These children, them go grow and prosper. And this business, it not go spoil for your hand, Because this bank, Union Bank, understands what it means to push through challenges and yet still believe. And so, Union Bank is ready to go with you. And together, we go clear every doubt when they are our way. Don't be an Uncle Thomas. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
This is the network service of the NTA. We now bring you a national broadcast to mark Nigeria's 58th Independence Day by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari. Mr. President, sir.
Hello, Nigerians. Today is a day of celebration and solemn reflection. It is the anniversary of the day Nigerians realized one of the most cherished of human desires, the desire for freedom. We, therefore, give thanks to and remember our founding fathers who labored so hard and sacrificed so much to build and bequeath to us this wonderful nation. It is our duty to consolidate this great legacy. On this 1st October date, and on the eve of the start of the general election cycle, we should do well to reflect on what binds us together and the great strength our diversity bestows on us. Ours is an ambitious nation, and as citizens, we have every right to look forward to the future with confidence and optimism, which are well-founded considering where we find ourselves today. There has been a steady improvement in the security situation in the Northeast. We remain committed to ending the crisis and make the Northeast safe for all. Our thoughts and prayers are always with the victims of Boko Haram's atrocities and their families. Beyond that, we know that the goals of the Boko Haram terrorists include capturing territories, destroying our democracy, and denying our children the right to education. We will not allow them to succeed. I want at this point to pay tribute to the men and women of our armed forces, the police, and other security and law enforcement agencies who have been working under the most difficult conditions to keep the country safe. In the process, many have made the supreme sacrifice. As their Commander-in-Chief, I assure these our gallant men and women that I will continue to empower them by deepening their professionalism and providing all the necessary force multipliers and enablers required for them to prevail on the field. I am looking into all reported cases of inadequacies in relation to their entitlements, their welfare, and those of their families. We are diversifying away from reliance on oil to increase manufacturing capacity, solid minerals development, and agriculture. Efforts are on course in the Niger Delta to clean up polluted lands, restore hopes of the youth in the region, and re-establish livelihoods, and strengthen their capacity to guarantee for themselves and for our country a brighter future. The age-long conflict between herders and farmers that was being exploited by those seeking to plant the seed of discord and disunity among our people is being addressed decisively. We will sustain and continue to support the commendable efforts by all, including civil society organizations, local and state governments, and our traditional and religious leaders in finding durable solutions to this problem. This being a transhuman issue, we are working with countries in our region that are also facing similar difficulties to complement our common efforts. In this context, I must warn that the perpetrators of murder and general mayhem in the name of defending or protecting herders or farmers will face the full wrath of the law. Meanwhile, we urge all peace-loving Nigerians to reject any simplistic portrayal at home or abroad of this conflict as either religious or ethnic-based. We are one of the countries in the world most affected by environmental degradation as a consequence of climate change. We are signatories to almost all conventions and agreements aimed at slowing down the effect of climate change and mitigating its now evident consequences. The consequences on lives and livelihoods of the shrinking of the Lake Chad and the pollution caused by oil exploitation activities alone make it mandatory on us to be at the forefront of the struggle for a safer and more sustainable environment. We will continue to mobilize international support for our efforts in this regard. We are making progress in the fight against corruption and recovery of stolen public funds and assets despite vicious and stiff resistance. The shameful past practice of the brazen theft of billions of naira is no more. Shady oil deals and public contracts that were never delivered have become things of the past. Consequently, and this is very evident across the country, we have done more with less in infrastructural developments. Roads, railways, major bridges, schools, energy and power, air and seaports, welfare of serving and retired personnel, both civilian and military, including payment of legacy debt such as pension areas, have been attended to. There is now an enabling environment for local and foreign investment in Nigeria. We are building a rules-based system, a level playing field that is free from fixers and intermediaries. This is the cornerstone to help genuine investors and honest consumers, and the platform that will allow for the real reforms that we intend to deliver over the coming years. We are gradually strengthening the economy with a stable naira and falling inflation rate. We are building an economy that is moving away from over-reliance on oil. Consequently, we have witnessed massive return to farms and seen bumper harvests despite recurrent floods across the country. These positive developments are the result of our collective pursuit of a common vision through hard work and dedication after the missed opportunities and disappointments that followed the return to democracy in 1999. At the forefront have always been our youth. They have been at the vanguard of the struggle for independence. They fought in the war to keep the country united. And it was they who kept alive the struggle for democracy and human rights in our country at times when these were at risk, especially following the June 12, 1993 election and the historic 2015 election process. Even today, our youth play a central role in Nigeria's continuing progress and developments in all fields of our national endeavor: technology, agriculture, mining, engineering, and especially the creative arts. Together, we are building a more diverse, inclusive, and self-reliant economy. In the past 3 years, we have introduced many policies and programs targeted at youth development and youth empowerment. We support the Not Too Young to Run legislation aimed at giving the youth greater say in our national politics and governance. The school feeding program in primary schools is aimed at encouraging enrollment and attendance. We are building on what we have already introduced to support schools and universities, to which funds have recently been released for upgrade of facilities, training programs for our entrepreneurs, and rehabilitation schemes for victims of terrorism and human trafficking. Fellow Nigerians, now we have in our hands technology that is a powerful tool that we can and should use for knowledge and understanding. As with other countries, we must also learn how to manage those tendencies that instead look to abuse new technologies to provoke passions and stir tensions. Never before have we faced such a challenge. We must all rise to the responsibility of shutting out those disruptive and corrosive forces that hide in today's world of social media. We need critical minds and independent thinking to question until we are satisfied we have the facts. Otherwise, all the progress we have made as a democracy since 1999 is at stake. I have committed myself many times to ensure that elections are fully participatory, free and fair, and that the independent National Electoral Commission will be exactly independent and properly staffed and resourced. The ballot box is how we make our choice for the governments that rule in our name. Fellow Nigerians, developing a thriving democracy is not an easy task. There can be no quick fixes or shortcuts. These are the most important lessons that we have learned in our 58 years as an independent nation. At the international level, we remain a responsible and respected member of the international community, playing active positive roles within ECOWAS, the African Union, and the United Nations, as well as all other regional and international organizations and institutions of which we are members. We will continue to support initiatives aimed at addressing the challenges of our times: global and regional crises and conflicts, terrorism, transborder crime, climate change, human rights, gender equality, development, poverty and inequality within and between nations. In this context, we are working hard to achieve both the African Union 2063 agenda for socio-economic transformation of our continent and the United Nations 2030 agenda for sustainable development, which together aim at addressing these challenges. Fellow Nigerians, as we celebrate the 58th anniversary of our independence, we know we are on the right path. Although we have our differences, they count for far less than the values, virtues, and common aspiration that unite us as a nation. We have so much for which we should be grateful, and in which we should rightly take pride. Our journey is not finished, but we have come a long way. I want to assure you that as President, I will continue to work tirelessly to promote, protect, and preserve what really matters: a united, peaceful, prosperous, and secure Nigeria, where all, irrespective of background, can aspire to succeed. Thank you. I wish you a memorable independence celebration.
Nigeria we hail. Those who divide our people are getting better at their game. But our daily struggle to make ends meet unites us. We are united in being deceived by those we have trusted with our resources. Corruption no know ethnic group or religion. Yet, now we they do ourselves pass. Lecturer they oppress student them. Mechanic they dribble counter. Bus driver they show passenger where. Tailor they make a muggy cry on Saturdays. Mr. Bank manager no go support our common man business. Local government people are terrifying local government people. Campaign people will come and go. Grammar people will remain. So now, many people have become Uncle Thomases, unwilling to desire, believe, or work for a better nation. What will be left for the children of this precious nation if we all continue to carry this Uncle Thomas mindset? We must continue to push and believe, and small, our jungle will mature and our prayers will be answered. This education, you go get them. That house, now you go build them. That girl, you go marry them. These children, then go grow and prosper. And this business, it not go spoil for your hand. Because this bank, Union Bank, understands what it means to push through challenges and yet still believe. And so, Union Bank is ready to go with you. And together, we go clear every doubt when they are our way. Don't be an Uncle Thomas. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.